Today we are going to find out which is the best forged iron of 2025 for mid-handicap golfers. So I've picked out the top 4 performers this year to review, to compare, see which one is the best. Okay, so when it comes to that mid-handicap range, that forged iron, well, you're looking for looks, feel, dispersion, distance and forgiveness. Okay, so we are going to review the TaylorMade P790. We have got the Mizuno JPX 925 forged. We have got the Srixon ZXI5, and finally we've got the Callaway Apex AI200. So these 4 have been the top 4 performers by quite some distance this year. All have got their own tech, all have got their own benefits. So let's kick off, let's hit a few shots with each club. Let's find out which one is the best. Okay, so first of all, if we are looking at the looks, which is important for a lot of you, we're finding this category now is getting better and better in terms of looks. Now, my personal preference is definitely the TaylorMade P790. I think they've done a great job in enhancing the looks of this. This is the 5th iteration, and certainly if they were sat in the bag, you'd be very proud of having a very premium looking golf club. As you can imagine, they're all good. I think the Srixon's probably a close second when it comes to looks, but the main thing is the performance. So let's kick off with this TaylorMade P790. Okay, so starting with this TaylorMade P790, as I said, looks are great. What they've done great with this club, it's forged, so it feels fantastic. They've got the speed foam there, they've got the speed pocket in there, so they've got the tech as well to create the forgiveness and the speed. So let's hit a few shots. Playing position looks great. I think they've got a nice blend of looks, but also doesn't look too small on the eye. And we're finding with this iteration, this 5th iteration, is that the spin number's better. You know, the previous generations, it would go too far. We're not seeing that with this. You know, there's some nice controllable spin numbers. They're not getting the flyers anymore. And yeah, as I'm hitting that, it just feels so much more solid. And some decent ball speed there, at 118, that last one, which is good. 119, yeah. Again, getting some tidy numbers there. Yeah, solid. Yeah, nice strike to finish. So all in all, that felt good, felt solid. I can see why this has been so popular this year. Seems to tick a lot of the boxes. Spin rates were jumping around a little bit then, so keen to look at that at the end, but solid job by TaylorMade. We can see why it is definitely a popular club for many golfers. Okay, so into the Mizuno JPX 925 forged. A brand I've actually only recently started stocking over the last year or so. I've been super impressed with this iron in particular. I love the looks of it, you know, it's kind of nice brushed steel. But the big thing I've seen in testing is the feel. It feels so soft, and that's, you know, one thing that's been impressive. But this particular club, again, it's 30 degrees, like all the others are in and around 30 degrees. So they're quite strong, but that's really for you mid-handicappers to maximise distance as well as the feel, because, you know, most mid-handicap golfers might not have the length, so you do want the length through this type of golf club, but again, it's got the feel and the looks as well. So into this Mizuno JPX 925 forged. Yeah, every time I hit this, the feel is so different. You know, I thought the TaylorMade was good, then you hit this, it's just completely different, so soft. But then equally, it's got the performance as well, you know, decent ball speed. And it really is, it's nice to hit, you know, the guys are fitted for this iron, they just really enjoy hitting it. It looks nice and premium on the eye, but it doesn't look too small. sometimes Mizuno could probably get branded as more of a really good golfer's iron, but it really isn't. They've got plenty of options for all types of golfers. Right off the bottom there, so bit of a miss hit, but again, nice and straight, no issues at all. Dropped 10 to 15 yards, but forgiving enough. Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, pretty solid. So yeah, the first three felt good. Last, I think there's one in the middle there that wasn't as good, but overall, yeah, it's a good iron, this, really nice. I think this will rival anything in this kind of mid-handicap category. Quick break. If you're enjoying this video and want to take your game to the next level, I've put together a short, practical ebook to help you find the right golf clubs for you, based on your swing, budget and skill level. Whether you're a beginner or upgrading after years on the course. You can grab it right now using the link in the description below. It'll save you time, money and frustration. As a bonus, I'm offering a free online lesson when you buy the ebook. Back to the video. Okay, so now onto the Srixon ZXI5. They're talking a lot about this iForge construction, so trying to maximize the feel whilst retaining the speed and the forgiveness as well. But yeah, very clean, very premium looking golf club. And the family of Srixon, the ZXI4, 5 and 7, they all look quite similar, and I do fit a lot of people for combo sets in these because of how similar they look to each other, and you can obviously benefit from the different models, but this particular model has been, you know, very successful. In that playing position, looks really inviting, looks quite easy to hit, and yeah, I felt quite hot off the face there. 117. Yeah, felt nice. Again, this club, it really is a front runner in this category. And quite often it's hard to separate, you know, it'd be interesting to see the numbers at the end, but it's such a strong category now. Yeah, nice and straight, that one. A little bit off the bottom. Similar shot to that one, that fourth shot I hit with the Mizuno. A little bit towards the bottom groove, but again, quite forgiving. Dropping 10 yards, but no issues at all there. Yeah, another solid hit. Yeah, nice. That actually felt probably the most consistent out of the three so far. Felt nice, very forgiving, some consistent spin numbers. Yeah, this could be a front runner. And finally, we have got the Callaway AI200. Been really good so far. Remember, they brought the 200 and the slightly more forgiving 300. And again, Callaway, they're doing a great job. It's forged face, it's got the tech in there for the speed as well. I'm finding this club is really aimed at, you know, 4 or 5 handicappers up to, you know, recently fitted a 13 handicapper for this. So it can span over kind of a broad number of golfers. So let's hit a few shots again. Two pretty consistent shots there to begin with. Yeah, felt good again. Didn't quite get that one, but again, quite forgiving. That, although I didn't get that, the carry's not dropped off, which that's quite interesting. That felt nice. Yeah, it felt really solid. Yeah, really like it. Almost feels a slightly smaller footprint. I'm not sure if that's just my eyes, but fairly thick top line on this. Just a little bit towards the bottom groove on that last one. Interesting that, guys, you know, 4 really good golf clubs. The reality is I think they're all very good. If you were to ask me which one was the best, I'd probably say the Srixon if I had to pick one. but that's only just hitting it. Let's look at the dispersion initially to see which one is the tightest, and you could argue for many golfers that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about hitting the greens. Okay, so looking at the dispersion rings, well, we can clearly see the biggest two are the white and the red, which are the TaylorMade and the Callaway. Okay, so we can certainly rule those two out from a dispersion point of view. The smaller circles are the Mizuno in the yellow and the Srixon in the blue. Hard to pick a winner out of those two, but yeah, those certainly the Mizuno and the Srixon look the tightest when it comes to the dispersion. Okay, so now into the all-important numbers. So club speed was fairly consistent throughout. A little bit quicker with the first one, the TaylorMade, interestingly enough. Ball speeds are all pretty similar, aren't they? 114, 115, 115, bit quicker again with the TaylorMade. Launch angle, again, think about your own game, guys, which one is going to be best suited for you. But launch angle 16.5 with the Callaway, a bit higher with the Srixon, interestingly enough, 19, 16.4 with the Mizuno, 18 with the TaylorMade there. So yeah, a bit higher with the Srixon and TaylorMade. Overall height quite low with the Callaway. 78 feet, 94 with the Srixon. I like anything at around 100 feet. I like 82 feet and 92 feet there with the TaylorMade. Spin number's a big one. I think in this category you want an optimal spin at sort of 5,500, 6,000. We can rule out the Callaway 4,600, far too low. That's not what we want. The other three are very similar, about 5,700, and then that again, the launch and the spin will then help you dictate the land angle. 42 feet too low with the Callaway, so we can rule that one out. Mizuno a little bit low, 44.5. Land angle of the Srixon is very good there at 48. Distance, again, it may or may not be important to you, but in this category, mid-handicap golfer, you would imagine it is important. 165 for 177 with the Callaway, 161 for 168 with the Srixon. Similar numbers with the Mizuno there, 161 for 170, 165 for 173. And then finally into that side, plus or minus 29 feet with the Callaway, 19 feet with the Srixon, 13 feet with the Mizuno, and 31 feet with the TaylorMade. Okay, so based on that test, guys, based on looks, feel, dispersion, good land angle and good spin number and pretty good distance, the standout performer today is the Srixon ZXI5. Fantastic golf club that you must check out in this range. Just a reminder, guys, if this is your first time watching the channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.